Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to be doing the 5 pros and the 5 cons of the brand new Royal Caribbean Beach Club on Paradise Island. So we're going to get into the good and the bad. It opened up in December and we visited in February, so still pretty new, so they're still working out the kinks, but let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty, so we're going to start off with the pros, and the first one is going to be the amount of bathroom facilities and food stands they have. They are everywhere. You do not have to walk far to find a restroom. You do not have to walk far to find food. There's 3 major spots on the island and they are scattered all the way across. Just any part you're in, you're easily going to have access to a restroom and to the food shacks as well. And I will make a little side note, the food's actually pretty decent. There was some misses and some really good food, so just a side note on that one. But the first pro, there is tons of bathrooms and tons of food shacks. Number 2 is going to be the pools. So again, there's 3 major pools. They are all really nice. And the biggest pro here is they're heated. So we went in February and the water was just perfect. I know they don't heat the pool in Coco Cay and sometimes it is so cold, but these pools are mildly heated. I would not say they're hot by any means, but they are the perfect temperature to go in. So really nice that they heat those. And each one has a swim up bar, which is incredible. The swim up bars were super fun. I'm glad they implemented that on this new island. So the pools are definitely a pro on this island, heated with a swim up bar. And look at these views, guys. 10 out of 10. Whoever did the pools on this island, they did a great job. Number 3, kind of having to do with the pools, kind of random, but towel access. So if you know anything about Coco Cay, you need to bring your towels from on board, check them out, bring them to the island, bring them back, check them back in. Same if you're just going on an excursion or something like that in the Bahamas. This is really nice because they had towel stands everywhere. And that's just really nice. You don't have to lug everything down with you. They're everywhere. You don't even have to scan a room key. I mean, they made it really simple and easy to get a towel. By the way, the towels are really soft. Really soft, good towels. So just a nice pro. It's easy to get towels. You don't have to bring your own, and they're scattered all through the island. Number 4 is going to be the music / live music / entertainment they offered. So each section has a little bit something different, but really nice. They had great music. So in Chill Island, they had this amazing singer on, just really beautiful tropical music. She was great. So that was at Chill Island. And then you go up to Family and they had a fun family band that was also playing really fun live music. And then you go to Party Island and that has the live DJ. So I think the music and the live music and the DJ, it's just really nice to have all that live music on the island. It really brought just a good environment, made it really fun. So each part of the island had their own kind of live music. Again, one was just one girl singer, one was a band, and one was the DJ. So really great live music entertainment that they have on the island. And number 5, I don't have a ton of video footage for this, but if you do have the internet package on board Royal Caribbean, the internet here works, and it works absolutely fantastic. It was a super easy switch over. It pretty much immediately picked it up. I was not sure how this was going to work because I know Coco Cay in the beginning had some rough issues with their internet, but for it being really new, the internet worked great. I know that's kind of random, but it is a pro. So if you do buy that internet package, it is going to work here on the beach club very well. Now on to what everybody wants to know. What are the 5 cons of the new beach club? I'm going to start with the first one that really did suck was the extreme lack of loungers, and I'm talking beach or poolside. So if you don't get there super early, we got there around, I don't know, maybe 10:30 or so, there were no loungers. There were some loungers at the very end where Family Beach is. There were some there, I will give them that. But other than that, it was impossible to find a lounger. I mean, they were all taken. Makes sense. You know, you can have a couple ships in port. I think there was only 3 Royal Caribbeans, maybe 2 Royal Caribbeans when we went. However, very hard to find a lounger. We got lucky after like an hour of looking. 2 people got up and we took their seats. But just know in advance, if you're planning on a big group with a lot of people, get there early. Even if there's just 2 of you, get there early, or you may not have a seat for the day. Number 2 is going to be the bar service. When we went, it was actually terrible. It took so long and there wasn't even many people at the bar. They were just pretty much the slowest bars I have ever seen. They also were very inexperienced, I guess is the word I'm looking for. They did not know how to make a lot of drinks. And again, it was just really slow. So I don't know if it's a new crew. Hopefully it'll get better, but a heads up, a big con is the bars are so slow. Now on to number three. Number three is going to be kind of piggybacking off of the bar service. It is a very limited bar menu. So it's not like your typical Coco Cay where pretty much everything on the ship, it's the same as the island. It is not. It's pretty much all local beers and things like that. There was no seltzers. I'll put a little snippet of the menu in here. So just a little bit of a con if you're someone that likes, your typical Bud Light, Mich Ultra, Trulies. They don't have any of that. And I wanted to mention that just because we did do the drink package here, but my husband was like, you know what, if they don't have what I drink, maybe I wouldn't have done it. So putting this in there so in advance, check out that bar menu. It is more on the limited side. It is not like Coco Cay or what is sold on the boat. It is more local. Now, number four, this is actually my husband's con, and maybe we're being a little picky here, but there is not a lot of sand mats. I don't know, I'm going to see if I can put something in here, like Virgin Voyages has really great sand mats that kind of go all the way down to the beach, so it's a little bit easier to take all your things down. You're not slipping, sliding, in the hot sand. Again, it can get really hot, so they just didn't have many beach mats at all kind of going down. So everywhere you had to walk, you were walking like deep in the sand. While that's not the end of the world, you are at the beach. It is really nice to have those sand mats, especially for wheelchairs, anything like that. Just makes it a lot easier. So it's a con, just putting it out there. They definitely, for the money they spent, probably could put some in. I know some of the other islands put a lot of sand mats out to make it easier to get on and off the beach. So that is going to be our fourth con. And before we get into the fifth and last con of Royal Beach Club, check out our channel. We have a full walkthrough if you want to see the entire island. We show you absolutely everything. And then we also have vlogs if you want to check out the food and just our honest opinion of the island, hanging out if you just want to see deeper into it. But number five is that they give you like no information prior. So you know how you usually do an excursion, you get the tickets in your room on the desk and a bunch of info and all the things and maybe a sheet of what you're doing or how to get there, blah, 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 blah. They don't give you any information. So kind of like when we got off the boat, we were like, do we need tickets? Like, did I book this? Did I mess something up? They don't tell you where to go. There's really no signs. So you're kind of on your own, which I found kind of weird. I thought maybe they would like give you something in your stateroom, like, oh, congrats on going to the Royal Beach Club, get off the boat and go to the right. No. They give you nothing. They tell you nothing. You are on your own. So if you don't get anything in your stateroom, it doesn't mean that you didn't book it. You're on your own. You get off and you walk until you see the ships. That's the big giveaway. You can see the colored ships on the side of Nassau, but just a little thing there. They don't give you much information, and they also don't tell you, which is a really big con, that it drops you off not where you get picked up. So if you have like a wheelchair or you're someone that can't walk very far, you have to walk through the entire city of Nassau to get back. So it's probably like a 15-20 minute walk. So just a heads up, they don't tell you that either. So kind of messed up. Like if we brought my grandparents, I definitely could get them to the boat. It's pretty close, but on the way back, they probably would have struggled. So just a side note as well, it's also a con. There's just no information. And then they drop you on the other side of the island without telling you prior. So I think they really need to give out maybe how to get on and how to get off the boat in your stateroom. They need to give you something before you get off. And that is going to do it for our 5 pros and 5 cons of the brand new Royal Beach Club Paradise Island in Nassau, Bahamas. We did have a great trip. Again, check out all of our vlogs, a ton of Royal Caribbean content on there, and of course the island itself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you've been. I love hearing other people's experiences and their pros and their cons. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.